Most people think ACL rehab is just about getting the quads strong again. Don't get me wrong, the quads matter a lot, but here's the problem. If the foot and ankle can't handle the force, your knee's gonna take the stress, your knee's gonna keep getting overworked, no matter how strong the quads are. Hey, my name's Josh. I help people with ACL injuries get back to running, jumping, and playing again. And today I wanna talk about the part that most people skip in ACL rehab, and that is ankle and calf strength. It might be the reason you're still feeling off or hesitant, even though you feel that your strength numbers are improving. Think about it this way. What hits the ground when you walk, when you run, when you jump? The first thing that touches the ground are the ankles and the foot. Every step, every hop, every landing. So if your foundation can't handle the force, where do you think it travels up to? The next thing up the chain is going to be the knee. This is the reason I truly think a lot of people over-focus on the quads. They get their quads really strong, but they still don't feel confident whenever they're jumping, running, or playing. So what's actually happening? There's a deep calf muscle called the soleus. It's definitely not flashy, not something you show off looking at yourself in the mirror, but it does help the shin movements and control that the ACL tries to stop. In simple terms, the calf muscle, like the soleus, really helps with stability and control after an ACL injury. When this calf muscle is weak, the ACL gets a lot more stress than it normally should. So even if your quads are strong, the knee still needs more support from the calf muscles. A scientific review shows that healthy, active individuals take a lot more force at the ankle and the calf more than we give credit for. I'll link the study in the description below. We always talk about hip and knee mechanics, but we rarely talk about the ankle and the foot. If the foundational system is undertrained, you're gonna have the stress going up to the knee joint. And I see this a lot. Honestly, I talk to a lot of ACLers and they're 6 months post-op or even 12 months post-op, and they're like basically saying, I've been doing all the quad exercises given to me. I've been doing all the lunges, split squats, deadlifts, things like that. But when I ask them if there's any calf work in their program, they say no. They don't even do any calf raises. They don't know the different types, the different angles, the different positions, right? This is why running still feels hard for you. If your calf is weak, the running is going to be super difficult because literally the foot and ankle is the first thing to touch the ground. This might be why hopping and jumping still feels awkward and hesitant for you. Because again, the calf and foot is going to be the main force absorber and production. So it's not always a quads problem. If you're rehabbing from an ACL injury, make sure you focus on these things. Number one, heavy calf strength. You gotta load the calves like a real muscle. The way you load your quads and hamstrings, you gotta load it the same way. You can go bent knee version, you can go straight knee version, but make sure you're loading it heavy and consistently. Train and rehab in a barefoot position. So remember, the foot and ankle are connected. So we wanna make sure we're also strengthening the foot muscles. Making sure that you're barefoot as much as you can, allowing those muscles to really strengthen and control. Focus on quieter landings, right? We gotta be able to absorb, let the muscles absorb the force that you're coming down with. And lastly, dorsiflexion mobility. We gotta make sure that we have enough movement and mobility at the ankle to be able to absorb load. If the ankle can't bend, your knee's gonna take the force up the chain. So none of this is super fancy. It's the foundations that we build upon for running, jumping, and playing later. So strong quads are super, super important, and that should always be the primary goal of an ACL rehab. But we never want to neglect the supporting muscles like the calves, the hips, which we'll talk about in a future topic. Today we're focusing on the calf and the foot. If your calves are not strong and they're deconditioned, which honestly most people's calves are, then your knee's gonna take on a lot of the forces. Build from the ground up and watch your knees start to feel better and better. If you're rehabbing from an ACL surgery and you're not sure what to do next, or if you're feeling stuck, you have some questions, I have a free video training for you called the 3Ps framework, which is the same framework that I use with my clients, getting them back to running, jumping, and playing, and any sport that you want to get back into, really. It's the same exact process that I use with my clients. The link's in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, click like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button because you'll get videos just like this for your ACL rehab. I'll talk to you in the next one.